Reaction is pouring in from the Southland and nation to the heated Brett Kavanaugh Supreme Court confirmation battle that is getting down to the wire. And we're now an hour away from the Senate Judiciary Committee's deadline for Kavanaugh's accuser to agree to testify about her claims of him assaulting her in high school. Now, if a deal with Christine Blasey Ford is not done, a vote on Kavanaugh's nomination will happen on Monday. Her attorneys say she will testify if certain conditions are met. While Democrats hammer away at making this happen, many Republicans say this will not derail the nomination.
You've watched the fight. You've watched the tactics. But here's what I want to tell you. In the very near future, Judge Kavanaugh will be on the United States Supreme Court.
Kavanaugh, who has denied Ford's claims, says he wants a hearing as soon as possible. Now, the allegations have spurred debate over why Ford did not report the alleged assault, and CBS 2's Lisa Siegel spoke to an expert who explained that that's not unusual for victims, Lisa.
Absolutely, it is not, Pat, and experts and many people are saying a lot more than that. And after two high-profile comments, many fear this will cause sexual assault victims to stay silent even more. Up until today, the president had not publicly questioned the allegations of Dr. Christine Blasey Ford. But this morning, this tweet saying, "I have no doubt if the attack on Dr. Ford was as bad as she says, charges would have been immediately filed with local law enforcement authorities by either her or her loving parents." Last weekend, California Congressman Dana Rohrabacher weighed in too about her coming forward decades after the alleged incident.
This guy, who is going to be our Supreme Court judge, and he better be our Supreme Court judge, he's a perfect candidate. And what are they saying? Well, in high school you did this. High school? Give me a break.
Two high-powered male politicians, and they're not the only ones, questioning Dr. Ford's story before she even has a chance to speak, setting off so much anger on Twitter. The hashtag #WhyIDidn'tReport is trending.
It frustrates me. And
psychologist Danae Jordan treats survivors of sexual assault and says trauma like this has no expiration date.
It doesn't really matter when it happened.
But sadly, she says it does impact when people report it. Most of the abuse survivors she works with are adults.
Most of them have held on to it since they were children or teenagers or young people. There is a significant fear of coming forward.
The fear of exactly what's happening so publicly to Dr. Ford.
When a sexual abuse survivor is doubted, criticized, made to feel that maybe it's their fault, they're actually re-traumatized, and it makes it worse.
Dr. Jordan believes one of the saddest parts of all of this is that it adds to the stigma victims already feel, and that, she says, needs to stop.
The truth remains that she's claiming she was a victim of sexual abuse. And when someone does that, they need to be treated with respect.
And this is the most important message Dr. Jordan wanted to get out. She says if you are a victim of abuse, there is help. She recommends calling a crisis helpline or at least talk to somebody about it. Do not stay silent. Back to you, Pat.
All right, good advice. Thanks so much, Lisa. And as Lisa mentioned, people are using the hashtag #WhyIDidn'tReport to tell their stories. Actress Alyssa Milano tweeted in part, "I was sexually assaulted twice, once when I was a teenager. I never filed a police report, and it took me 30 years to tell my parents." Another woman tweeted, "Because the year earlier 2 girls from my high school were raped, they were removed from school and we never saw them again. Their rapists continued to sit next to me in social studies." And another woman wrote, "Because the first time it happened, I was in 1st grade and didn't know how wrong it was because it happened so often over the years that followed that I thought it was the norm."